For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For anybody new, welcome. If you send me anything that you would like to see a YouTube video made of, and I make the video, you know what I do? I say thank you. A pork chop recipe. It was not mine. So let's start with the thank yous. Hey, thank you, Amber. Thanks, Amber. Good stuff. Thanks, Amber. Good pork chops. With that out of the way, a pork chop recipe. Let's do this. This meal does seem easy to make, only requires a few items. At the center of our meal are the 2 pork chops. The stores sell them in any number that you'd like, 2, 3, 4. I'm making a 2 pork chop meal, therefore that's what I purchased, the 2 pork chop that are pre-wrapped. We also have 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and any brand will do. Just get 1 can. You'll need some milk, and the milk is going to be used to pour into the empty soup can as a measurement device. You'll need 1/4 of that can of milk to mix in for this recipe. And then some seasoning. This happens to be pork chop seasoning. Most seasonings are called like pork chop and chicken seasoning, or any seasoning that you want to try. Just any type of meat seasoning will do. In this case, I'm using a 13-inch by 9-inch glass baking pan, but any baking pan will do because that's what we're going to do in this recipe. This recipe calls for 1 can of cream of mushroom soup to be mixed with a 1/4 can of milk. So you need a bowl to put that in. It can be any bowl you want. So when it said to put the cream of mushroom soup into the bowl, it's a little humor of mine. I just put the can and everything. But actually, you just empty the can in there and get ready to put your 1/4 can of milk in with that. You may need like a tablespoon to dip out the excess cream of mushroom soup that does not easily come out when you pour it into the bowl. So we're getting there. I have a bowl here. I have the cream of mushroom soup in there, and I have a 1/4 of that can of soup that had milk in it, and I poured it together. And we're supposed to mix it up. And once it gets all mixed up, I'm gonna pour it right here over the top of 2 pork chops that we'll be showing you in just a second. So let me get this all mixed up and we'll be right back. Well, I've got the milk mixed in with the cream of mushroom soup. The next thing is I have some generic seasoning that's actually for chicken or pork, and it's called, this one's Johnny's. You can use any seasoning apparently. I'm actually going to season the top and bottom of these pork chops. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to move this out of the way and we'll get a closer look. Okay, we're ready to take the pork chops out. These are pretty thick looking pork chops here. We're just going to take them out here. There's number 1, number 2. Oop. Gonna take some seasoning that we have here. This one's just like chicken or pork seasoning, any seasoning you want. I'm gonna season them up pretty good. Like I said, I'm actually gonna flip them over this time. I'm gonna be seasoning them again. So I'm gonna put some seasoning on both sides. And now we take our mixture. Here we go. All right, here's our mix. We're just gonna take this entire milk and cream of mushroom mix, the whole thing, and we're just gonna cover these pork chops. Absolutely, just cover the whole thing with them. Let me get this in the film for you, in the ring so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. We're actually gonna cover this whole thing and move it around. There's plenty. Cover both sides of all the chops. That looks pretty good. Now we have an oven that's preheated at 350 degrees. I'm gonna put these in here for 15 minutes, pull them out, flip them over, re-season, and put it back in for 15 minutes. That's the plan from here forward. So let me go do that. Let's go put this in the oven. Okay, here we are at the oven. It's preheated at 350 degrees. Got the pork chops here. I'm gonna put them in here for 15 minutes. Easy peasy, anybody can do that. Well, it's been 15 minutes and it wasn't quite looking like it was cooking yet, so I left it in for another 5, and so I'm just gonna do a quick check like every 5 minutes like this. I can still see that the pork chops are red, reddish in color on the outside, but it definitely is cooking. So I'm just gonna let this roll and see what it looks like after a little bit. Get right back with you in a moment. Presentation goes a long way with these meals. My special guest today was my mom, and she had this place setting set up for our pork chop dinner. Since there were two of us, there are two place settings. This is a really well-designed place setting for a pork chop dinner this evening. Okay, this has been running about 30 minutes. The pork chops I got were really thick. So I got some oven mitts here because it's pretty hot in there. I'm gonna pull them out and take a look and flip them over. Oh yeah. The cream of mushroom soup mix is definitely boiling there. It's looking good. So we're gonna flip them over and season them. Oh, they cooked. I'm spooning some extra cream of mushroom soup over the top of these. That's left over on the sides. There we go. So I say, there we go. So the cream of mushroom soup is in both sides. Now I'm gonna open the oven. Put these back in. And now we're gonna check this for about 15 minutes or so. And it looks like it's cooking. It's cooking not the top where it was red and I thought it wasn't cooking. It's cooking from the bottom up. So when I flipped them over, it was cooked. So now we flipped them over and the part that was red is now cooking on that glass soup bottom part. So I'll wait 15 minutes and we'll give it a check. So this came out really good. It's all baked. See that? Looks good. Thanks, Mom. This is letting me use her oven in her house so I can do this for us and have a pork chop dinner. And thanks, Amber, for the recipe. I think it's time to check it out and see what we got going here. We got pork chop number 1. I'm gonna do pork chop number 2 over here. And today we're serving it with a baked potato, and we have a salad with taco shells and ranch sauce. And of course, we're gonna serve it with white wine. And today's white wine is something called Yellowtail Pinot from Australia. That pork chop came out really tender. I love it. This looks really great. And of course, you gotta have some sides to complete your meal. There's a baked potato and a full salad there. Voila, a pork chop dinner inclusive of white wine, because you have white wine with pork and chicken. And now, the moment of truth. I know it's a little lopsided, but it's only gonna be for a minute. Get this out of the way. We now have the complete plate here. Pork chop, baked potato, marvelous salad, by the way. And now the moment of truth. Very tender, cutting into this, very tender. That is good. That is phenomenal. You just gotta try this. This is well done. It's not well done, it's tender, it's perfect. I suggest this to everybody. This is well done. Thank you, Amber. I'm gonna enjoy this meal with my mom.